This is Diamond Guy 36, and today we are going to be taking a look at 3 ranged explosive weapons inside of Minecraft. Now, the first one is a TNT missile using the slime block from Minecraft 1.8, and there's a piece of string on this piston so that when I shoot the top of it, it will get updated and begin flying towards this wall, at which point it will hit the wall and explode. So let's just shoot that, and as you can see, it begins flying forward pretty quickly. And when it hits, that TNT is going to explode. So here we go. And it completely took out the wall. Now there are some limitations to this design. For example, these blocks are always left out, and if the wall is immovable, that is to say it's made of immovable objects such as furnaces, chests, or is several blocks thick, then the missile will probably not be able to pierce it. However, if you just have a 1 or 2 block thick wall like this, it should be fine. And just you can see that was solid iron, and it got destroyed just fine. And very creepy cave sounds there. Anyway, to build this, you're going to want to place a piston in the air facing towards your target. So that would be a normal piston. Come over 3 blocks and facing towards that piston you just placed. It's a sticky piston. There should be a 1 block gap between the two. Then, on the back of that sticky piston, place another normal piston facing towards your target. On front of that normal piston, and in between these 2 other pistons, place slime blocks, and then place a piece of string at the back piston to update it when you shoot it. Then you're going to place a boat on the front piston, and as you can see, I can't place any blocks on this slime block now, but you're just going to want to nudge it forward until you can. Place blocks on both slime blocks, and then get out some rail, come up 2 blocks from the back slime block. I need to redo that boat real quick. Okay. Then come out 1 block over the boat, and get rid of those helper blocks. Just place a rail on that block, and then whatever direction the rail's facing, here it's facing in this direction, you're going to place another block out like that, and a dispenser on it facing towards the rail. If you place the dispenser in the wrong place, that is to say, here, then it can, the TNT minecarts can wiggle all over and explode and destroy your hard work, so don't let that happen. Next, just fill the dispenser with TNT minecarts. This is how we're going to get them on top of that rail. And then you're going to want to place a block next to your rail so you can power it. And you can, of course, put more in if you like, and keep refilling it, but don't go too crazy. After about, several hundred TNT minecarts, your game will crash, and the explosion isn't that much bigger anyway. So, just get rid of all those blocks, and then get rid of the one the TNT carts are resting on. They should just gently fall into the boat. Then, on top of each of those slime blocks, place a redstone block, and now it should be primed and ready to go. So, if you just take out a bow, or walk into the string, or throw an item on it, whatever, update it basically, then your flying machine should begin moving, and the TNT minecarts should not explode until the flying machine hits its target, which is here, the wall. So, there you go. Perfect. So, the next thing we have is a ranged TNT, rover that does a lot of damage. Basically sends TNT minecarts riding each other out, and when they hit a block, they will explode. So, when they hit a block or fall 3 or more blocks, then they will explode. And, if I just turn this on, we'll begin filling that up with TNT minecarts. As you can see in my entity count, that is counting up, and we're at about 60 TNT minecarts now. So I'm just going to let a few more go on, And yes, when you have three or more minecarts stacked on a rail, when they go off the rail, they will continue to ride each other in a straight direction until they hit a block. It makes it perfect for these ranged weapons. So now I'll turn that off. You can see we've got about 160 TNT minecarts on there. So when I just hit this button, oops, they'll begin riding each other, very loud. And yes, when they fall into this crater, they will create an immensely large explosion. This will freeze for a second, so just wait. There comes the lag, and yeah. So, they decimate whatever they hit, be it a wither or a player or a player's base. So, to build this, you are going to want to come out in an open area and find your target. So what you're going to want to do is face a powered rail towards your target. You can do this by placing a powered rail, and then if it's, say this is our target over here, if it's not facing where you want it to, you can just place another rail to redirect it, get rid of the new rail, and it'll be facing in the right way. So then behind that powered rail, just place a dispenser, and your TNT carts can go in here. Okay, now you're going to want to get out comparator, redstone, and a lever, and then come 5 blocks out behind your dispenser, so place all those blocks, then place a lever on the last block, come over to the next 2 blocks on one side, place 2 more like so, and then coming out of your lever facing towards your dispenser, place a comparator, right click it once to put it in subtract mode, and then put redstone dust on all of these other blocks, and you can see when we turn that on, it's going to fill that track up with TNT minecarts until the dispenser is empty. What I had over here will only work in creative, but I'm just using a command block to refill the TNT carts. So what I've got is a command block on top of this dispenser with the command /clone, 1 block above it, 1 block above it, and then clone that to 1 block below it. So it's basically cloning the dispenser, which you will now place above the command block, down below. And you can also fill this with TNT minecarts, and these will never run out because they will never get dispensed. And to prevent them from getting dispensed, you're going to want to place a block here, and next to your command block, put redstone on both of those, and that'll prevent this dispenser from getting powered. So you can see now that when I turn this on, this is never going to run out because it keeps getting, the top one keeps getting cloned in. So, yes, we can just have a power source here, and then they will ride each other to the target, and then when they hit it, they will, of course, explode. Yes. So, the final one I have here is a slime block TNT launcher, which will launch a TNT using slime blocks, and then about 20 or 30 blocks, and then it'll explode. So this is a pretty efficient design because it does not require other TNT to be used to launch the TNT, so it's very resource effective. There you go. And to build this, facing towards, well, just pick your target and about 20 or 30 blocks away, because that's the range of the cannon. Just place a sticky piston facing up with a slime block on top of it. Then you're going to want to get out an immovable object such as a furnace. Place that diagonally from the slime block like that, and diagonally from the slime block like that. Then, on this side of the slime block right here. Then diagonally from the slime block on top of that other immovable object, just place a dispenser facing towards your target, facing towards the slime block also, and then place another immovable object on top of that. Then on top of that immovable object, come out 2 blocks over like this, so there's a 1 block gap here. Place a sticky piston with a slime block on its face. Now, you're going to want to place a block by that immovable object with redstone dust on it. Come up diagonally from that, and this block will be your input, so you can have a button on here. Place 2 more blocks out like that, and 3 there. You don't need that one. And then you're going to want to get out your repeater and face a 2-tick repeater out of that button. And then 3 redstone dust there. Next, you're going to want to place a block diagonally from both the immovable object and the normal block. Just place a block there, below them. Place a 1-tick repeater facing into the immovable object. One block with a 1 block gap below that, with redstone dust right there. And that should make up the whole mechanism. So now, all that remains is to stock it with TNT. So you're just going to fill that dispenser as much as you want with TNT. And then you'll notice when you hit the button, your TNT gets shot up, across, and launched, and it will explode. It's quite enjoyable just to fire a few shots and then watch them explode. Kind of launch each other around, but I hope you found this video helpful or enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.